Hey guys, welcome to Comic Night with Z's, number 22. All right, starting up, we got a really a full show today. A whole 10 comics that we're going to get through. All recent releases this week. Starting off, The Goddamn Tragedy. All right, and that is the name of the comic. Okay, this is The Goddamn Tragedy. Right off the bat, I'm just going to tell you, I gave it a solid 3 out of 5. The artwork itself felt very picture book kind of thing, which kind of is, it doesn't line up with the story, because the story is straight up like The Shining mixed with Alive, mixed in with that one where the colonial soldiers started eating each other. It was a really weird one shot following a tragic turn of events where and it's bookended by a woman coming to a writer who like, I guess, gave voice to her story or whatever, and telling him that he straight up got it wrong. And it is her setting things on record and telling the writer of her story that how it actually happened, now that she's had time to reflect and make sense of what happened to her. The strange part is that it does have a basis in reality. She tells the writer about, basically an aside, about a shipwrecked shipwrecked captain who only managed to survive due to his friend who could not swim. So the sailor swam out and from the island and flagged down somebody, and he said, "We got to go rescue my buddy," and buddy was never there. Come to find out, the man that he somehow interacted with, the man that somehow helped save his life, had died some 13 years prior to his incident. And that is a real, like, that actually happened. A strange occurrence like that actually happened, and it used that as a building block for this story. It even conveys most of it in this story as well, and it's interesting. But I just think that the art kind of does a disservice to the story. Fantastic story. I enjoyed it. The dialogue is chilling. It's creepy, and yeah, mainly because of the story is why I'm giving it straight up a 3 out of 5. Solid 3 out of 5. That I would recommend picking up this book, The Goddamn Tragedy #1. I'm pretty sure it's a one shot though.
I'm pretty sure too. Yes.
Now, what about you?
I mean, I'll give it a 3 out of 5 as well. Like, it's a nice, solid story. Nothing special. It is very, just because it involves a family, a man, his wife, and his daughter. It does give all, and the setting of it. It is very Shining-esque. The way everything starts off so nice, hunky dunky, and then goes off the rails. So, but there's nothing too special to it for me. It wasn't really anything that shot out or anything. The art, kind of the art didn't add anything to the story for me as well. That was kind of the main thing. And it was very simple. It's nice, 3 out of 5. I'd say worth the pickup if you are someone that does enjoy Shining sort of stuff.
Basically, like creepy stuff, creepy psychological stuff.
Yeah.
And then, is it actually psychological towards the end? Kind of like the twisty twist at the end. But yeah, definitely I would recommend picking up Goddamn Tragedy #1. We'll leave that up to you, go. If y'all guys pick it up, tell us how you think about it.
Yes.
Moving on to, what is this? Absolute Martian Manhunter #3. Now, I liked this issue more than the previous 2 issues, but it still didn't climb higher than a 3 out of 5 to me. The art just does not do anything special for me. To me, it feels lifeless, kind of emotionless almost. And it just, it's still confusing. The dialogue is still like tripping over. I get why the dialogue is like that. I get why the writing is like that, but I'm just not here for it, man. I straight up did not have a good time. The overall story is interesting, but the execution of it, to me, is what...
There's no life in this to me. Like, it's all... I kind of picture Eeyore. Whenever I'm reading it, the voice kind of seems Eeyore-ish to me. I don't know, like, that's how you, but it just seems... It's very colorful, very psychedelic, as it has been, which is pretty nice, and it fits this thing, but there's no life to it for me. There's nothing that draws me to it.
There's only one scene in here where I feel that the art was connected to everything. And it's 2 panels, and it has almost nothing to do with anything that's going on. The alien, or the Martian, whatever you want to call it, I don't know, and John are talking. Sorry, the force of habit saying Jean instead of John, but the Martian and John are talking in his, I guess, mindscape, and what John is seeing is the Martian, I guess, vision. I guess they call it, right? So he's just like kind of like stepping all over his yard in a really weird way. He's walking funny, and it cuts to a panel of his wife just looking at him out the window going, what the heck? And that to me was the most emotion that they have ever portrayed in this comic. And it was only 2 panels. So I want to give it a 3 out of 5 because I like the story, but I can't give it more than a 2 out of 5.
See, I will give it a 3 out of 5 for my unbiasedness, because it's a good story. It's doing it's doing what a comic should. It's got a very solid fan base for people that love Absolute Martian Manhunter. But so my unbiasedness, yes, I can give it a 3 out of 5. It's a good comic. If you've been liking Absolute Martian Manhunter, I'm pretty sure you'll still like it. But my personal biasness, yeah, I can agree with my co-star here that it's a 2 for me. There's just no life to this. There's been no life to this series for me. Yeah. Nothing that's been hey.
I don't think we're going to... For the most part, we review all of the Absolutes, but I think this is the one that we're going to drop. Because I just, I'll read it, and if number 4 turns around, yeah, we'll review it, but I'm not holding my breath on this one. If you're a fan of Martian Manhunter, definitely pick it up. If you're not a fan by now, honestly, you might just consider taking it off your pull list. I don't know. But yeah, moving on.
This one just, compared to all the other Absolutes, it's such a weird difference.
Yeah.
Everything, all the others you can kind of see, okay, this is the same world. This, though, you're what time are we in? Is this even the same world? So it's just...
I'm pretty sure Scott Snyder is looking at this what the hell am I reading? But yeah, so we'll see what happens there, how they're going to interact with each other. Absolute Martian Manhunter, 2.5 out of 5, I guess.
We can meet halfway.
We can meet halfway. Moving on to Batman Hush. So Batman number 160. If I had my way, I would swap the places of this one and Absolute Martian Manhunter. That's how much I dislike this comic.
The art gives
the art is the only reason why this is a passable comic. Okay, the writing is terrible. I'm straight up saying the writing is terrible.
I know. I can agree. There is no story to this.
It's all just
jumping around.
It's jumping from one screen to the next screen, and there's no connecting tissue between them. All right. Issues 1 and 2. There was no Hush. There was straight up no Hush. How the hell is Batman saying Hush is back? It made more sense that Jason was going crazy and doing this. Right? And then, bam, all of a sudden, Hush is in the Batcave. What the hell? Yes. Does Batman not upgrade his security system? Batman is the most paranoid superhero. I use that term loosely, superhero. And he did not upgrade his system? Not only that, but all of the character development that Jason Todd has seen in the past 4 years, completely out the window.
Does this take place during this certain time? I feel
I
like
have no idea.
From the feel of it, I feel like it takes place like a little bit around the time that the first Hush came out.
There is
I don't know
no
if there's
indication
so
of that
much.
whatsoever.
Just because of the fact that like he kind of, the way he was kind of talking, even though again, yeah, I agree with you. There's no like, okay, this is set time or whatever. The way Hush was talking to Jason about like the time that the Joker like whacked him and everything, it seemed fairly recent,
So
or at least not too many like decades ago. So I just
So here's
because
the
of the
thing.
feel, I want to say it's around that time-ish.
So here's the thing.
But again,
He was,
We're
what,
grasping at
12,
straws.
13 when he got unalived by the Joker in the crowbar? And then now he's a full-grown adult-ish, I guess. I don't know. And then Damien is there with a character that you did not see coming whatsoever. Do I have to read Batman and Robin to figure out why these two characters are together? Because he's
Possibly.
wearing the Batman and Robin suit.
and there wasn't even like a little like the
There was-
asterisk thing where they're like, see, yada
Yeah.
yada yada.
Yeah, it was like there's no connecting tissue here. They're all just throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks, and none of it is sticking, guys. I promise you, none of this is sticking. It is a terrible comic. It is a terribly written comic, but it is wrapped in a nice package. Jim Lee and
yes.
Jim Lee's artwork is still amazing. Was it Alex Sinclair, right? Scott Williams and Alex Sinclair, his colorist and line artist and stuff like that. They're cool. It's great. All right, the art is great. The writing sucks. There's no like, okay, how did I get from point A to point B? The highway's gone, man. The highway's gone. You can't get from point A to point B. You got to jump, and you're gonna end up at D, and that's it. I cannot, in good conscience, recommend this comic.
Yeah.
But if you're Jim Lee or a fan, definitely pick it up. But I gave this one a 2 out of 5. I am like vehemently. I mean, I've never used that word before, and I'm pretty sure I pronounced it wrong. But I'm like straight up against this comic.
Vehemently?
Vehemently. Right?
Where'd you even hear that word?
I read it.
Where'd you read
this
it?
is my Shyamalan, okay?
Where'd you read it? You got a word of the day calendar?
No, I don't. I read books. It's just like I can't remember where exactly I heard it, but from the context, it's like extremely like it's an extreme. I'm like super against this.
Yeah, because like we really don't know what's going on. At one point, he's having a conversation. Hush is having a conversation with Jason, and then just a few pages later, he's holding Damien at knife point, and you don't know how you get there. And it's not even a spoiler because it doesn't ruin the story. There is
no story. But yeah,
Yeah.
I straight up cannot recommend this comic. Like if you want to look at pretty things, yeah, definitely pick it up
Yes,
because it's pretty. It is a pretty comic.
yes.
All right, especially if you get the golden like foily cover. Not only are you going to have something like pretty on the outside, it's going to be pretty on the inside too. But like, if you want a good story, if you want a straight up good story, this is not your comic.
I don't even know how many issues there are left.
I hope there's only 2.
I'll have
Because
to,
this
like,
is-
double check and look, but yeah, like right now you don't really know what's going on. The Joker was taken out,
Oh my god.
but then he's not out, and it looked like he had some pretty like gnarly stuff done to
The
him.
only thing that makes sense is why Jason is mad. He shot me in the head. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Batman shot him in the head,
Yeah.
and now he's mad. That makes sense.
Yes.
Nothing else makes sense. What? Like Batman shooting somebody in the head? Nope. I can't recommend this comic. Batman number 160, 2 out of 5. It sucks.
We can move on before.
All right, The Pale Knight now to a solid start, I think.
I think this is getting to like the part where it's like, okay, these are all nice, solid comics that we got good stuff about.
Yeah. So The Pale Knight number 1, new indie comic from Oni Press. No, Mad Cave. Oni Press is later on down the road. Oh no, Oni Press was goddamn tragic. Anyway, Pale Knight number 1 from Mad Cave Studios. The artwork, first of all, pretty good. Nothing to write home about, but definitely not bad. It tells the story of Sir Hughes, and it is set on the backdrop of the Crusades and the Plague, and he is on his way home to be with his wife and son. And along the way, it kind of lays the personality groundwork of these characters. Mainly Sir Hughes and his squire, whose name escapes me, but who at this point is very like sardonic, very very jaded, and Sir Hughes, who basically lost his faith on these crusades and is feeling so much guilt and all that stuff about the things that he's done in the name of service, kind of thing. Excuse me. And you don't really get a hint of actual like supernatural type stuff at all until the very end, but this is all in the synapses, so this shouldn't come as a shock. It kind of ends off on the scene where he is pleading to anybody to save his son, who is currently dying of the plague, and there's an answer from Death himself. Death gives him a job, and he accepts. And it's gonna be a job, because if Death can't get it done, how's this guy gonna get it done? But not only that, he's on a timetable. He's on like he's got 3 weeks in order to finish up Death's job, and it's a pretty good start. It's pretty creepy up till then, and then it gets like super creepy. And I want to see where this goes, because he's not a warrior of God. He's a warrior of death, kind of thing. You know what I mean? So I think it's a super solid start. To me, I gave it a 4 out of 5. I know that's not, I know that's not what you're going to give it, but to me, it was a solid start, solid groundwork for the story to come. So I gave it a 4 out of 5.
Yeah, I agree. It's a very solid comic, very solid start. I just give it a 3 out of 5 just because it is, I say typical. It's a typical start for a story like this, but it's not in a bad way. Like, it is done very well. It's your usual, okay, guy's been at war. He's kind of started getting that attitude of, like, what have I done? What have I been doing? Am I a good person? Yada, yada, yada. Comes back home, family, son, somebody is not in good health, so makes a deal. It's a classic story. So far, yet, other than the end, there's not really any, like, different spin on it or whatever. But it is still a nice start. I love stories like this. It's a nice start. It's just a nice little 3 out of 5. I do like how, if Death is going to be a recurring character in this, kind of has a bit of an attitude.
Yeah,
it's not a
kind of sarcastic.
He's kind of sarcastic.
He kind of reminds me a little bit of the Death from not Adventure Time.
Grimm.
No. Death from not Adventure Time. Same creator. Regular show.
Oh, I don't remember Death being in there.
He was in there a little bit, but he was like an updated like biker dude. But he still did his job, but he was like laid back, kind of like sarcastic, all that stuff. He made deals with Skips and all that stuff. Yeah, it kind of reminded me like a proto version of him.
Yeah, because like the main guy makes the comment of like, oh, when he first sees him, he's like, oh, you smell, there's a stench, and Death is kind of like, I'm Death. What do you expect? Flowers? It's a nice start. Solid 3 out of 5. It's just it's the classic start to a story like this.
To me, it felt very supernatural, and I mean that like the show Supernatural, not like just Supernatural in general. But I think that's why I liked it more.
Like the main guy's gonna die a lot, and then Death is just gonna bring him back.
I don't know about that, but I'm talking like I don't think that. I think like
that's kind of
Sam came back and saw Jess on the ceiling, kind of thing. That's basically what happened here. I mean, I don't know. To me, I know it's a stretch, but to me, that's how it felt.
Surprising, just because Black Plague. Of course, could have happened.
Yeah.
But
like he's gonna be the original Winchester or something.
Now that would be a twist.
That would be funny.
Be a twist.
Yeah,
they're all like,
there is no connection to Supernatural whatsoever in this comic. It's just that's how it feels to me.
He takes out this nut. He ends up obviously doing this job for Death, and they're
his
like,
lineage is cursed forever.
You have a last. It was like, you don't have a last name. You're just Knight. You're just Knight. Whatever. Well, now Town Winchester, Knight Winchester. Oh, jeez.
Well, he's Sir Hughes. He already has a name.
Sir
All
Hughes Winchester.
Oh man, I thought Hughes was his last name. I gotta read that again. Anyway, all right. So
But yeah, like it's a nice start.
Yeah.
To me, like no matter what, we both think it's a nice start. It spoke to him more than it spoke to me.
I think so.
But I would just say it's a nice start. I look forward to the other issues coming.
All right. So moving on to Kill Train number 5, the finishing, the penultimate, right? Yeah, penultimate issue to this random, violent story. Throughout the entire series, or throughout the entire miniseries so far, the main character has been experiencing basically a small psychotic break where she's just like fed up with everything. She's seeing things that aren't there, and she is using this to fuel her like survival instinct, I guess. And she finally had that breakthrough in the last issue, and then she opens the door, sees her daughter. And that's the ending to the last issue. This one picks up immediately right after. And the violence doesn't really... like there was less action in this one than in all of the previous ones. All right, so it's
the end. They've made it through every car.
There is like one death in here, and that's about it. There's it's kind of meh. To me, it felt rushed. I know you said that, but yeah, it did feel rushed in tying up all the loose ends. But I still gave this a very positive 3 out of 5. Kill Train number 5, because of the implications. And I know, like I know there's a meme going around. It's been going around for a few years because of the implications. No, I mean because they survived a government-funded program to just basically like cull the population. Now they're kind of wanted, but
also because like everyone knows what goes on in these kill trains, but nobody knows what happens at the end of the line. Like people kind of think like, oh, if you somehow were able to make it to the end of the line, hey, you're good. They don't know that there's a kill squad getting ready to mop up potential survivors. So now it's like, even though they don't put that at the end of this, that's kind of how I felt like, oh, geez, the government's like, these people survived. They know what's they know what's at the end there. And yeah, like part of the reason why I can still give it a 3 out of 5 too. Was this one better than... I kind of get a little bit of bias towards this because I probably could have seen it being lower on this, but I did also kind of like grade this certain one with the whole series in mind as well. And I really like this whole series.
The whole series has been great. But this one did falter a little bit just because of how it just rushed to tie up all of the threads. The whole subplot with her moving in with her fiance kind of thing, and then now her daughter's in therapy, all kinds of stuff getting wrapped up in a nice little bow.
Because of that, like the therapy session thing, and because of the fact that she was kind of like losing it a little bit too, the ending is a bit confusing because there's a part where it's like, oh no, did she make it? Oh my gosh, something like happens, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh hey, what's up? Hi. Yeah. So you kind of like start thinking like, wait a minute, did you actually make it? Or
so that's actually one of the things that I was thinking about. Like maybe there's going to be a sequel series that can build on that. This thing is being told through the lens of an unreliable character. So is that really how things worked out? Or even if that is how things worked out, could there be a sequel because of the whole, we might be wanted now kind of thing?
I mean, no matter what, especially because that one ending, yes, I feel like it's pretty great. Also, I don't remember her being that ripped. Like, jacked, just absolutely. It was kind of like like a Tobey Maguire, Peter Parker scene where all of a sudden she looks in a mirror and bam, just abs, traps, the delts, the striations.
And all of that always reminds me of The Flash. Lightning, the coma gave me abs.
I mean, he's always had abs, and his metabolism boosted up like crazy.
Yeah.
So even though sure they be drip feeding him, you know, in the coma and all that, I'm pretty sure that's how you feed someone in a coma. You get that like the drip
like
feed,
the IV drip.
IV drip, yeah. I'm sure they'd be like giving him that, but like they don't know his metabolism is freaking crazy, so he like burned through all his fat and just revealed the abs.
I guess.
Because everyone has abs. It's just some of ours are kind of like covered, but the abs are there.
A few layers right there.
So yeah, that's why I believe lightning gave me abs works because his metabolism was boosted up. He can't eat as fast as his
The
metabolism
murdering
is
gave
going.
her abs.
Exactly.
The
yes.
murdering gave her abs.
And-
okay.
They weren't getting food in there. They was burning calories, bro.
Okay. So you answered your own thing.
But what I'm talking about is the traps. The level of muscular definition is like there's no way this character was hitting the gym like that.
She was moving bodies left and right.
Yeah, but all of a sudden, maybe the pump was getting there, as they say.
It's in the future. You don't know. Like people.
Was it in the future?
Yes, it's in the future. There's flying cars.
I don't remember the flying car. I just
And then
remember
the
train, bro.
No,
The
yes,
death train.
they're
I don't remember the first issue that well.
it's taking place in the future.
I didn't see the flying cars.
Well, okay, it wasn't flying car. It was a flying delivery system. But
I remember that.
it was basically as big as a car.
I don't remember that.
This is the first issue, and
I know, but I don't remember that because I was too busy focused on the trains, the kills.
Focus on the trains.
Yeah, bro.
All right,
I'm a trainiac. The trainiac combo.
All right. So, Kill Chain number 5.
Yes.
Ending falters a little bit. 3 out of 5 from both of us. So,
Especially
I definitely
overall
recommend picking it
series.
up.
I'm giving the overall series a 4.
Yeah, that's the trade paperback comes out in August.
Okay.
All right, moving on to Daredevil: Cold Day in Hell.
Mhm.
Let me see here. I forgot that Charles Soule, right? Hang on, I forgot the dude's name. Anyway, let's see. Daredevil: Cold Day in Hell number 2. We get more story. It's supposed to be a 3-issue series,
Mhm.
so like the next one is going to be the last one,
Mhm.
and it's been 2 months, right, since the first one came out, something like that.
Yeah, it's been a while.
So yeah, I think they're once every 2 months. So hopefully we'll get the next one.
Kind of want
Still
them
on
to be
track,
longer because of that too.
right?
Like it's basically the same length
I
as a
think-
regular comic.
No, it's a little bit longer.
It's a tad bit, but it still needs to be a little bit
yeah.
more.
I'll give you that. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so it starts off pretty much with the last one left off, where Matt is in the suit and he's trying to find the girl at the center of the explosion. More twists and turns in the nefarious goings-ons in the future New York City. And you get a little bit more backstory as to why Matt just basically gave up. Not really gave up, but like disconnected himself, I guess.
Doesn't even practice
Something-
law.
Yes, it doesn't even practice law. So something happened with the Kingpin.
Mhm.
Obviously, something had happened with Kingpin.
Yeah.
You get pop-ups from various characters. You get pop-ups again from, Bullseye,
Mhm.
from Frank,
Mhm.
and you get a slightly heartwarming reunion with Foggy,
Mhm.
and you find out more about what happened, how Matt got his powers back, and while it's not outright said, it's set to a backdrop of a seemingly endless war where some people are trying to reactivate the supers.
Mhm.
And in doing so, one of their projects got loose, and now Matt has his powers back for a little
Mhm.
while, he's experiencing some sort of
Blackouts.
ebb and flow
Rolling
of
blackouts.
them. Yeah. So yeah, you get more character development, you get more scene setting, and I'm hoping that there's less of that in the 3rd issue because we just got a bunch of exposition dumped on us in this one, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's very good. I still gave it a solid 3 out of 5.
Mhm. It's a solid story. Honestly, I feel like this story, because it does it does kind of hop around a lot.
Mm.
It hops around a lot, but it keeps the story like contained. It gives you what you need to know. This, and it pains me to say it because I really like DC, but this feels like it is doing Hush 2 better than Hush 2.
Oh, I don't.
Because I can see kind of similarities between this. Like the feel wise, just seems kind of same. Where it's jumping, both of them jump around a lot.
It does jump around a lot.
This one does so much better at like, okay, this is what you need to know for here. This is what you need to know. This is what you need to know. This is a story altogether.
Damn, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad.
Yes. It pains me to say it because I love Batman. I love DC. But yeah, like this Marvel Daredevil one, it's like, yo, this is what y'all should be doing.
Yeah, and that's sad because lately I've been reading more DC than I have Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
And I've not been regretting my decision. It's just like this time, Batman just sucks.
Yeah.
But, Daredevil, I'm not a Daredevil guy. And this is a pretty damn good comic.
Honestly, the reason why I've been keeping with this Daredevil one is I'm still on the hype. I'm still on my Daredevil pump from
Born
the
Again?
show. Yeah, from Born Again. And it's like, I just wanted more Daredevil, bro. And it's pretty good. I enjoy it. I'm still creeped out by the way two certain characters are drawn.
Yeah,
because,
they are
like,
pretty creepy.
Frank and Bullseye do look very, like, just... It's a very weird art. It looks so craggly.
So, okay, I think that plays into the story because of the radiation thing.
Possibly.
So, like, to me, I think there might be a reason for that.
Mm-hmm.
They might explain it in the last issue,
issue.
the final issues.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you notice, during one scene, one of them did get a nosebleed, like they were being exposed to radiation for too long. So I don't know. That's speculation on my part. But yeah, either way, I definitely recommend Daredevil: Cold Day in Hell number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Go back and find number 1 if you can. Definitely worth a read. And if you're a Daredevil fan, you're probably gonna like it even more than we do, because we're not even Daredevil comic fans. Like we're fans of the movie. And not the movie, the show.
I liked the movie. I'm a fan of the movie.
I am a fan of the movie as a movie, not as a Daredevil movie.
I like it as Daredevil movie.
I don't like it as a
But then again, I'm not a Daredevil fan. I don't really know too much. But I still like it.
I think the only thing that
Ben
that movie
Affleck's my
had...
Daredevil.
Ew. The only thing that movie had going for it was Michael Clark Duncan as Kingpin.
Michael Clark Duncan. The playground fight scene.
Yeah, that was... Oh my gosh. Yeah, they made fun of that in...
the mustard scene too. Tremendous.
The mustard scene.
Yeah, bro. When he asks for honey and he tries to give it, but he mistakenly, and then Matt switches it around on him, gives him mustard in his coffee. Tremendous. The fact that for so long I would fold my money in a certain way so that I wouldn't even have to look at it. I could just pull it out and be like, it's folded hamburger style. It's a 5.
Yeah.
That movie, sleep for a brief time, getting me to want to sleep in a bathtub like thing. Even though that's definitely got to be very dangerous. Like, what if he rolls over?
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure your body would keep you awake. Like, it would jolt you awake.
I feel like that too, but still, like, who knows?
I mean, I'm just saying, like, how long was he in there? He must be pretty all the time.
Mm-hmm. Like, does he take periodic breaks? He just wakes up for like a... I feel like you'd have to pee a lot too,
right?
Like
the buoyancy just kind of like moves things
everything
along.
Loose. And you're just like,
we're getting way off topic here. Anyway,
all right.
Daredevil: Cold Day in Hell number 2, 3 out of 5. Go watch it. Go read it. Moving on to Absolute Wonder Woman number 8. Yes, number 8. All right, so Absolute Wonder Woman number 8. I'm just going to tell you right off the bat, I gave it a 4 out of 5. We get more backstory as to how she's going to operate in man's world. Apparently, the gods have been setting up trusts and companies in her favor.
She owns a company.
No, Hecate owns a company.
Yeah, but it's in she's the one that
she
can
is the benefit.
Yeah.
She is the beneficiary of that company.
Yes.
And so she has a plot of land.
Yeah.
She cultivates it. She talks to animal buddies who she gives missions to. Yes, she gives missions to animals.
She's gonna be the Justice League member that pays for everything.
Yes, screw Batman. She is going to fit the bill for everybody. All right, her Wonder Woman action figures are going to put food on Aquaman's table. Ooh, we haven't even heard about Absolute Aquaman yet.
What if they don't even? What if they don't even have an Absolute Aquaman? They just ate.
Normally, I would be
slept him with the fishes.
Slept him with the fishes. Normally, I would be like, yeah, who cares? But the way that Aquaman's been going lately, that's like,
I think that's why they're not gonna have one. They're not gonna have, like, they're focusing so much on Aquaman in our world. I wouldn't see them have another Aquaman.
Okay, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
especially since like now, like I've kind of touched on now. I don't know how it's changing, but a lot of times now, like the Justice League, they kind of like pushed Martian Manhunter aside and have like Cyborg in with them. But in this one, they have Martian Manhunter in the Absolute Universe. Maybe they're just like, maybe they flipped a coin and were like, we can have Aquaman or Martian Manhunter in this Absolute Universe, and they were like,
I think they closed their eyes and tossed some darts at a board. Mm-hmm. So anyway, back to Absolute Wonder Woman. But yeah, she interacts more with Steve Trevor, Barbara Minerva, aka the Absolute Universe's version of Cheetah, mm-hmm. Etta Candy, all them, right? And she's explaining how the rituals that she needs to partake, and in order to, like, I guess, exist in this world, mm-hmm. or to acclimate herself, she, like I said, she gave the animals, her animal buddies, missions, and their mission: find the Amazons. Alongside it, there's also a side story where we are introduced to the Absolute Universe version of Dr. Poison. Mm-hmm. Now, this is not a spoiler or anything, because DC already spoiled it themselves. What does happen at the end is a bit of a twist, so I'm not going to tell you that, but suffice to say, pretty nice little twist. I love the characterization, and I love the fact that this version of Wonder Woman, it may be, like he said, the Justice League benefactor. And how that happens is kind of cool, so I'm just going to let y'all guys figure that out on your own. But yeah, Absolute Wonder Woman number 8, I give it a solid 4 out of 5.
I'm still sticking with a 3.
Really?
I'm still sticking with a 3. Yeah.
Really? Okay.
It's nice, but it may also have to do with the fact that, like, we are reviewing a lot this week, but I just don't remember too much from it. So it's a 3 out of 5. It's a 3 out of 5 for me. But I do remember at least knowing that I really enjoyed it.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so 4 out of 5 for me. Absolute Wonder Woman 8. 3 out of 5 from my co-star here. Mm-hmm. So obviously we are recommending picking it up. Both of us are. I just started getting more into the Wonder Woman comics, the current Wonder Woman comics, the Tom King and Bella Ortega stuff, mm-hmm. and they're fantastic. And then I'm reading this one, and it's like, oh man, it's fantastic in a different way. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I've been starting to read all the Wonder Woman stuff. They're really good. I highly recommend you read the regular Universal ones too. But anyway, moving on to G.I. Joe number 7. G.I. Joe number 7. I gave a 4 out of 5 to.
Yes.
It doesn't do anything amazing. Mm-hmm. What it does do is just fight. There is a huge action scene. There's a huge chase scene, and it's just fun action set to a narration by the new focus in this issue, Beachhead. And, returning G.I. Joe people will know that, Beachhead is the man, kind of stuff. He's been approached to join the Joes, but he's like, no, as soon as I join a team, I'm old.
He wants the action.
Yeah, he wants that action.
Mm-hmm.
What he does not know, the Joes are experiencing a lot of action. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's pretty good little thing. We do get more bad guys. And I'm not a huge G.I. Joe guy, so I recognize the design.
Yes.
I just don't know who it is.
Yeah.
But apparently he's looking for somebody, and Beachhead was not it. And so that leads me to believe that we're going to see this character again soon, finding whoever they're hunting. But yeah, suffice it to say, G.I. Joe #7. I highly recommend picking it up. It's just a fun read.
Yeah, it's good times.
Yeah, the art, the way that the scenes are plotted, all that stuff, super fun. Definitely worth picking up.
Yeah, like I'm not much of a G.I. Joe guy either. I don't know the lore or much of the stuff back there, but I remember I can I know the silhouettes, the design of characters, and I'm having a nice time. The only thing that I'm like, what the heck about is when is Snake Eyes coming in? Is he gonna come in?
You know what? It'll be fun. He comes in 21.
That'll be fun.
Because that G.I. Joe 21 in the originals was hit the silent mission. It wasn't his introduction, but it was like the that's the most expensive one that they had. It's I'm thinking 21, issue 21, just for the homages.
Issues.
Just for the homages.
Yes.
So are you saying that they should start releasing 2 a month? I totally agree.
Yes.
All right. So G.I. Joe #7, 4 out of 5 from me. Definitely worth picking up. If you're a G.I. Joe fan, definitely worth picking up. Even if you're not a G.I. Joe fan, this is a start to a new story arc, and it's filled to the brim with action.
Yes.
So yes, definitely worth picking up. All right, guys, moving on to runner-up to comic of the week. Ultimate Spider-Man number 16? 17.
17.
Ultimate Spider-Man number 17. Boop. Ultimate Spider-Man number 17. This one does not really focus on the Parkers,
I know.
much like issue 16.
That's my only gripe with these.
They make an appearance.
I've been waiting I wait so long between issues. I want some Peter.
So, unlike
Look, you know.
we're
not
going to
go more into
sidestep that. We're going to sidestep that like Venom did the Spider-Man subplot.
Sidestep that.
Okay. So, Ultimate Spider-Man number 17. Like we said, it doesn't really have a whole lot to do with the Parkers this time around. Instead, it sticks with the Osborns. And yes, I did say Osborns. If you haven't read issue 16, go and do that right now. We'll wait. But this one picks up not too long. Each issue is like month to month. So this is 1 month after issue 16.
Yes.
And
the month of May.
Yes, it is the month of May. And it follows Gwen and Harry as they kind of set up the dominoes against the Kingpin and his cadre of villains, I guess you could call them. A couple of them are already, taken off the board kind of thing. And it's just basically a lot of setup of maneuvering things on the board and finally realizing what they have to do. They are realizing that they're basically insurgents in a new regime, and even if the new regime is under the Maker and the Kingpin, they're kind of having to make some new lines that they shouldn't cross. I mean, they're going to have to move the goalposts eventually, and this one right here shows Harry starting to question how far he's willing to go, and him relaying to Peter eventually that I'm going to need you to come back.
Yes.
And it's the writing is just great. There's not really a whole lot of levity, but this one isn't really meant to have a whole lot of levity. There's supposed to be a lot of twists, and there are, because I did not see some of these coming at all. And I'm intrigued on one of the characters that is multiple characters.
People get
I would like to see
as being a part of some person.
I would like to see a spin-off based on it. I really want to see a spin-off based on those on that coalition that exists as one character. I want to see a spin-off based on the history or like
how they set up the timeshare.
Yeah, exactly. How does the amulet only work for a week for somebody?
Is it like
does it have a cooldown period? What's going on there? I want to know
for
more.
More than 1 week? Does it get dangerous for you? Do you need to pass it along or something like that?
Or is it just like one of those, honor system things? You don't know. These are the questions that need to be asked.
Exactly.
Need to be explored.
Just like I still question Harry's reasoning for why he wants his dad as his AI system.
Oh yeah, and
Dad
here
does nothing but dog on him.
this is true. Base it on Peter, okay? Base it on
Yes,
Peter.
everyone needs a Peter.
Yeah, everybody needs Peter in their ear. But basically, 4 out of 5. Absolute Ultimate Spider-Man number 17.
Yep.
There's so many cool variants. This is
Yes.
like one of my favorite ones because MJ on the cover.
I got the one with Peter's kid and the new Black Cat, which again, it's like, come on, I want more of that.
I want to see more of that too. Let's
That
have
stuff is
more Ultimates one-shots, Ultimate spin-offs. Okay, we're already getting an Ultimate Hawkeye one-shot. Let's get Ultimate Richie or Ultimate Black Cat, something like that. All right?
Yes.
But yes, definitely worth picking up Ultimate Spider-Man number 17.
I just hope there's more Parkers in number 18, but I still love it.
I think they're going to take the fight to somebody. All right, guys, moving on to comic of the week. Predator vs. Spider-Man. Predator vs. Spider-Man. New universe or different universe. It is hot in the city it is hot in Manhattan. The power's out and MJ is missing. There's a lot of blood everywhere. There's skinned people just sitting around in abandoned buildings.
Prolific hunter hunting down another hunter.
That was actually spoiled by Marvel. But yes, Kraven is involved somehow. He's trying to get involved. He is not involved yet, but he is trying to get involved. The cops may be closing in on Peter as a possible suspect in a bunch of murders. And the whole tagline for this was about the new Yautja being a dishonored or a dishonorable
the one that kills
hunter
without honor.
Yes, exactly. And it's shown in here that the dude might be just straight up crazy.
Yeah.
Is there a possibility of an insane Yautja?
I mean,
Predator?
he's got to be crazy,
right?
If he does everything without honor, he's got to be crazy. He's taking out women. He's taking out children. He's taking out people that are not armed. And
This
it's
is
like,
true.
that's not right.
That's not the way of that. That is not the way.
It's not.
And apparently, that is so much not the way that somebody will come across the galaxy to put that fool down.
Yes.
The cool thing about all of it is it's just creepy, man. It is straight up a Predator 2, okay? But the Yautja in Predator 2 had honor.
Yeah.
This one does not. And it is super creepy.
Even kind of Mission Impossible fake faces you.
Oh yeah, that's weird. And I know that they could talk. I know that they could emulate human voice. I did not know that they could do like make themselves sound like somebody in particular.
No, because I thought
that was creepy.
I always saw it more as like recording. Like he recorded it and he was able to play it that way. But this one straight up is all like, nah, he was speaking to you.
Yeah, that was creepy. But yeah, definitely worth. I gave this one a 5 out of 5. I was sufficiently creeped out. I want to see a fight between a bunch of hunters. I want to see. I still like the next one after this needs to be Predator versus Punisher, but it's going to be Predator kills Marvel Universe. Apparently, I saw a blurb about it somewhere. But yeah, I'm super excited about this one. I'm like waiting for issue 3. Definitely worth picking up. Predator versus Spider-Man number 2. You will not be disappointed. If you're a Predator fan, you're going to flip over this one, I think.
Yes, it's tremendous.
Yeah. I think that about does it for our reviews for tonight. If you like the Rantings Raven 2 Mad Men, go and give us a like, follow, share us with your friends, and we will see you guys next time. Later.
Bye.